I came from a family of 7 kids, and when I was very young, I remember being 5 years old, my oldest sister got a rare disease, and she was 10 years old, and it was at least a year process, and she passed away, and I watched my parents go through this and how they handled it, and then several years later, they had a namesake baby for her. And on the morning that she was to be baptized, she passed away from crib death. And so I watched my parents again go through this, and how they told everyone that they were with Jesus in heaven, and that was God's plan for them to be there. I don't ever remember getting hugs from my dad until we initiated when he was probably 70 years old. Well, my dad was a good man. He was a hard-working man, all those kind of stuff. But he was a man that basically you didn't talk very much to. But always faithful, church, family, was always there for us in a financial way and on a support way, and that's the way he was. I decided to hug him, and the first time I hugged him, it was like hugging a board. It was very stiff, and when I backed away from him, he had this kind of shocked look in his face, like, "What's with you?" He had a stroke when he was 93 and could no longer speak or swallow, so it was a difficult time because we had some decisions to make. I told him, I said, you know, you're going to go home and be with Jesus in a short time, within a week or so, with this decision. And he teared up a little bit, and then he kind of looked at us and gave us a shrug, like, well, that's what God wants. He couldn't say it, but with that look he had. Later in the day, I was sitting at the end of his bed with Cheryl, and I watched him, his eyes were closed like he was asleep, and he took his good arm and brought his paralyzed arm up, and brought it up and made it just like this in his fingers. And I said to Cheryl, I said, look, he's praying. I said, let's join him. So we went over there and laid hands on him, and we prayed with him, and it was just a blessed time. As I opened his eyes, and he had a smile on his face, and it was just a blessed time. He was laying in bed, and we were all around, the 10 of us adults, and Cheryl had mentioned, let's sing a song to him. She started singing a song, and I don't remember the name of the song, but all of a sudden we heard him singing the song. He couldn't say the words, but he was doing it. He had the melody perfect, and it just surprised us, and we were just blessed by it. And so then we went from there to Carla saying to my dad, when he said, would you sing a song for me before I leave? And he sang a song to her. And then he sang a song to my mom before he left. And the next day, Kelly came and got a song. He was trying to speak to me. And they could only make sounds of like bub, 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 and that was pretty much it. So he's trying to speak to me, and he's bub, bub, bubbing, and finally I'm just saying, Dad. He stops, and I said, are you trying to tell me you love me? And he gets a slow grin on his face, and he shakes his head like this, and I said, well, I love you too, and everything else I'll take care of. So in his way, he blessed us unbelievably in the last few weeks with hugs and winks and that kind of gestures that made it know that we were being blessed before he left. He was happy to go.